Guess who's spending Christmas with Louis?
He's the real thing. He dropped out in '68 and he never dropped back in.
Bless these balloons, Lord, that they go to the hands that will need them.
Jesus is Lord.
If he were to die right now, he would go to hell.
Personally, I don't care.
Louis Theroux's Weird Christmas.
Control, control, this is Eddie.
Wednesday at 10:15 on BBC2.
By maidhood, honour, truth, and everything. I love thee so.
Minx. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
I pity you. That's a degree to love.
12th night, 6:05, Christmas Day on BBC2.
Most wonderful.
The work of Shakespeare, adapted by one of the world's most highly regarded filmmakers, now on BBC2, beginning a series of tributes to Akira Kurosawa, showing over the next 3 nights. Said to have been the inspiration for Star Wars, Akira Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress is showing tomorrow night at 5 to 12 here on BBC2.
Do you think that modern pop is good music?
I don't know about it being good music, but it's an art form anyway.
The creator of the soundtrack to a generation, the man behind the Beatles.
John took Brian aside and said, hey, you want to deal with this group? I'm the guy you deal with.
In a major 2-part documentary, Arena profiles Brian Epstein.
How ruthless do you think you've got to be?
Not very. He just fired us, sir.
He was probably one of the sexiest fellas I'd ever met.
The word was queer, not gay. We didn't really have a problem with it, but he never hit on me.
He actually cared for the community he served.
Arena starts Christmas Day on BBC2.
Weather news now on BBC2. How's it looking? David Lee.
Hello there. Some very unsettled weather now in the central part of the Mediterranean, both in North Africa and in Italy. You can see here in Algeria a lot of rain falling, and that has been affecting central parts of Italy as well. 68 millimetres here in just 12 hours. It's been rain and thunderstorms. You can see the area of cloud, black cloud, swirling around here, moving its way in towards the Adriatic as well. The tail of cloud producing some heavy showers and thunderstorms here in North Africa. So you can see those storms, well, they've been going right through the afternoon and they're still going into the evening too, and like to give some further heavy rain as they drift eastwards. The low itself drifting slowly eastwards in towards Greece, giving some heavy rain. And as the cold air comes in from Central Europe, I think we'll like to see some snowfall on the mountains of Southeast Europe and across into northern Turkey as well. The low giving some pretty heavy showers eventually in Cyprus as well. But things quite different further west, at least in the Mediterranean, under a ridge of high pressure. So let's take a look at some of the weather over Europe and in eastern parts of Europe. Very cold in the east and frosty. Moscow about -10 degrees. As you can see there, those showers in Athens and Cyprus, heavy and thundery ones. Across the more western parts of Europe, well, temperatures on the rise here. As you can see, we're going to find some unsettled weather in the north, but for Madrid and Lisbon, it's still fine and dry. But of course, Madrid with those fine days does mean there will be some overnight frost. We saw some overnight frost, of course, 24 hours ago. Here are the figures on Monday morning, as low as -4, -8 degrees in one or two spots. Things have begun to change now as this weather system is pushed in from the west. It's a slow process and it's causing a few problems in the course of the evening, but things overnight will get much milder as weather systems rush in from the Atlantic, and indeed this one during the course of Tuesday afternoon and evening is likely to bring some wet and windy weather into the western part of the British Isles. So later on tonight, any frost in the southeast will have gone. Any frost is most likely late in the night across northern England, sheltered parts of eastern Scotland and the eastern part of Northern Ireland. And in these areas as well, there may well be some fog patches, perhaps particularly through the North Midlands into northern England. The day, though, starts cloudy with some drizzly weather across most southern parts of England. That gradually pushes away southwards, perhaps lingering to the Channel Islands and the extreme south coast. But as that happens, the heavier rain, more vigorous weather system comes into western parts of the country with a fairly strong southerly wind too, particularly in western parts of Scotland. Now, were any fog lingers across central parts of the country, temperatures are going to be depressed down to about 5 or 6 degrees. Perhaps the best during Tuesday afternoon. The Isles of Scilly around 10, some parts of western Scotland could be around 8 or 9 degrees as well. Now, beyond Tuesday, things certainly get a move on, rustling in from the west. This front here could bring a fair number of showers to northern parts of Scotland, and this one bringing milder weather as we go through into Christmas Eve. So a chilly spell possibly on Wednesday, wintry showers in the north, but much milder weather coming in on Christmas Eve. Well, that's it from me. A very good night to you.
If you're late more than once, you get the sack. Don't you start.
Women. A snapshot of life in the 90s.
I have 2 hours a week where I know that I'm not in a street corner. 2 hours of just niceness.
The daily dramas of an extraordinary range of people.
Excuse me saying it, you've got big ears. It doesn't show the best of you. You look completely different, Rachel. No, don't spoil my work.
Sorry.
The glamorous and the gritty living side by side.
It's Leah that gets the nerves, not me. I'm proud whatever she does.
My mum wants me to get it really badly.
These are their stories.
Now do you understand the pressure we have to go through? Last stop, the bus is terminating at this stop here. The only thing that could smooth you off now is a chicken kebab, so I'm off.
Meet the people of Paddington Green. A new series starts Bank Holiday Monday at 8:30 on BBC One.
At 18 minutes to 3, that's just about it for tonight on BBC 2. BBC News 24 is on air through the night over on BBC 1, and you've also got the choice of all 5 BBC radio networks with the World Service on Radio 4. For now, though, this is Matthew Jackson wishing you a peaceful night, and if I don't manage to catch you before the big day, then happy Christmas. Good night.